One of the things people like about Salesforce is they can build custom reports to view their data. And one of the first reports they want to build is a mailing list report. So let's go ahead and create that. We're going to go to Reports tab and create new custom report. This presents us with some options, but for a mailing list report, let's just start with the easy things. And we're going to start with accounts and contacts, and then contacts and accounts. Now we're looking at the Salesforce report builder, and it does a couple of things for us. It creates a standard filter that we're going to want to change here. We don't want to just see our contacts, we want to see all contacts. And we're not going to filter this by the date that the records were created, so let's say all time. And we've got a window here on the left where we can grab different fields and add that to our report. So for example, if we wanted to add birth date, we could just drag and drop it on our report, and there's our field. Similarly, we can delete fields, and in fact, as a standard part of the report, they add these extra phone and email fields that we're not going to need for our mailing list. It also makes the report a little easier to read when it's not as wide, so we're going to remove some of this extra stuff. Okay, let's run our report and see what our results look like. Alright, we found 20 records, but immediately we can see we've got some problems with this report. The intention was to build a mailing list for mailing we're going to do in the United States, and we've got people from other countries listed on this report. We also have some folks on this report that are missing addresses. So to make this report a little higher quality, we're going to create custom filters. We do that by clicking Customize and Edit Custom Filters. So now we can pick which fields we want to run our filters on, and we're going to start with mailing country. And we notice that on mailing country we've got a couple of different things listed for the same country, like we've got US, USA, United States. I think there was a USA with periods in the middle of it. So let's say that the mailing country contains the different variations of how the country was listed. And let's run that. So right away we've knocked our report down to 15 records, and we included all the various ways of saying USA or United States, but we also included United Kingdom here, and so we need to make our filter a little bit more specific. Here we can just edit our filter that we've already started building, and instead of just saying United, we're going to say United States. Now we don't have to put quotes around it in this tool. So now our mailing list only has 14 records on it. You can see we only have variations of US, USA, United States. Now that still leaves open some other issues. For example, we've got a couple people on the top of the report here that don't actually have mailing addresses. So we could filter these folks out by requiring that their mailing address has a mailing state and or a mailing zip. In fact, if you want to really make your mailing list tight, you'll filter against the street, city, state, and zip, that they all have to have a value in order for them to come up on this report. Let's just do a mailing state right now because we know that'll take care of these two. So I'm going to say that the mailing state is not equal to, and I'm just going to leave this blank. And we're going to run this report. And we're down to 12 records, and as we look across these records we can see that everybody has a value in all of the address fields. So this is a mailing list now that looks good for our mailing that we want to send in the US, and if we want to go ahead and do a mail merge with this, say we've got letters or envelopes, so we're going to send it to a print shop because it's a mass mailing, then we're just going to click Export Details, which allows us to send this information to Microsoft Excel, or we could export it in a CSV format and then send that off to our mail shop. Finally, this report looks like it might be useful to other people in our company, or we might want to use it ourselves in the future. So rather than building it every time, we're going to click Save As and make this our USA mailing list report. And we're going to save this to My Personal Custom Reports. And here we are back on our Reports tab in our Custom Reports section. And there's our report. All we have to do when we want to run it in the future is just click